If you have flown recently, you may have noticed something. That overhead bin that used to fit everything now feels like a battleground. Security lines are longer. Carry-on fees seem to pop up out of nowhere, and policies you thought you understood are no longer the same. Welcome to air travel in 2025, where new carry-on rules are catching passengers off guard and costing them time, money, and even their belongings. The truth is, airlines around the world are rewriting the rule book, and unless you are paying close attention, your next flight might not go as planned. Maybe your bag suddenly doesn't meet size requirements. Maybe your laptop gets flagged at security. Maybe that snack you packed is now a customs violation. Or maybe that duty-free bottle gets taken during a layover. These changes are happening quickly, and they vary by airline, country, and even airport terminal. So if you are flying for work, vacation, or just a quick trip, this video is your essential pre-flight checklist. We are breaking down the 10 biggest carry-on rule changes in 2025, including what's banned, what's being weighed, and what's going to cost you. Whether you're a frequent flyer or an occasional traveler, this is the carry-on survival guide you didn't know you needed. Let's get into it. Rule 1. Carry-on size limits are shrinking. Airlines are running out of space, and overhead bins are the front line of that battle. In 2025, major carriers are tightening the size of what you can bring on board. What used to be a standard size, 22 by 14 by 9 inches, is now being replaced by new limits as small as 21 by 13 by 7 inches on many domestic and international flights. Why? Because more passengers are bringing carry-ons to avoid checked bag fees. And airlines want to make sure bins can close without a wrestling match. But it is not just the size. Weight limits are also getting serious. Delta, United, British Airways, and even some low-cost carriers are now weighing carry-ons at the gate. If your bag is over 15 to 22 pounds, you may be forced to check it for a fee, even if it fits in the overhead bin. The bottom line? Double-check your airline's carry-on size and weight rules, and invest in a handheld luggage scale to stay under the limit. Rule 2. The liquid rule is changing, but only in some airports. For years, the 311 rule has ruled the skies. 3.4 ounces or less. One quart-sized clear bag, one per traveler. But 2025 is changing that. Sort of. Thanks to new CT scanners at security checkpoints. Airports in the UK, the EU, and even some US hubs are starting to allow larger liquid containers through security. These scanners can analyze what's inside your bag without forcing you to take out every bottle of shampoo or lotion. But here is the catch. Not every airport has these machines yet. And some countries are sticking with the old rules for now. If you have a layover somewhere that still enforces the 311 rule, your full-size bottle might get flagged and tossed. even if it was allowed on the first leg of your trip. To stay safe, research every airport you are flying through, not just your departure point. And when in doubt, stick to the classic court bag. Rule 3. Personal item enforcement is getting real. You have probably seen it. A traveler boards with a suitcase and then pulls out a backpack, a tote bag, a purse, a laptop sleeve, and maybe even a bag of snacks. That party is over in 2025. Airlines are cracking down on personal items. You are allowed one, and it must fit under the seat in front of you. If it doesn't, your carry-on bag might be checked at the gate, even if it fits size rules. Low-cost carriers like Frontier, Spirit, and Ryanair have been charging for additional items for years. But now, even larger airlines are enforcing the one-bag rule strictly. So, how big is too big? Standard personal item sizes now hover around 18 by 14 by 8 inches. If your bag is larger or rigid and unable to squish it, may not count. Before flying, measure your item and make sure it fits under a standard economy seat. If not, you are at risk of gate checking your carry-on for an extra fee. Rule 4. Duty-free liquids may not survive layovers. Buying a fancy bottle of wine, perfume, or scotch at duty-free used to be simple. Buy it sealed in a special bag. Carry it on board and fly happy. Not anymore. In 2025, more countries are tightening restrictions on duty-free liquids, especially if you are transferring flights. If you buy alcohol or perfume at your origin airport and have to pass through another country before reaching your destination, there's a real chance your sealed bottle could be confiscated. For example, flying from Paris to New York with a layover in Toronto, your duty-free bottle might not make it through Canadian security. The rules are especially strict in Canada, Australia, and some Asian hubs. The safest move? If you want to bring home a souvenir liquid, buy it at your final destination, not mid-journey. Rule 5. Electronic devices must now power on. Security fears are leading to new rules for electronics. Laptops, tablets, smartphones. They all might need to be powered on at security checkpoints. If you can't turn it on, it might not fly. And it's not just about whether the battery is dead. It's about proving the device is real and functional. So, before you leave for the airport, fully charge your devices and be ready to show they work. Power banks also face tighter scrutiny. Airlines are now enforcing strict watt-hour limits. Most will allow power banks up to 100 watt-hours. Anything above that, and especially over 160 watt-hours, is banned. If your charger does not clearly list its watt-hour capacity, security might confiscate it on the spot. Rule 6. Smart luggage is getting smarter and more restricted. Smart luggage has grown in popularity. GPS trackers, USB ports, even motorized features. But the lithium-ion batteries that power them are now under new restrictions in 2025. Airlines are requiring that all smart luggage batteries be removable. If the battery can't come out, you can't bring the bag on board, checked, or carry on, even if your battery is removable. It must be under 100 watt-hours to be allowed in the cabin. If it exceeds that, you may need special approval or be asked to leave the bag behind. Before your next trip, check your smart bag specs and make sure you can remove the battery quickly if asked. Rule 7. Fresh food and snacks are under the microscope. Packing a sandwich for the flight? Carrying fruit for a healthy snack? Be careful. Countries like the US, Australia, and New Zealand now require travelers to declare any food. Fresh produce, meat, dairy, even homemade snacks. And if you fail to declare it, you could face a hefty fine or have your items seized. Even foods that don't seem problematic, like peanut butter or hummus, might fall under liquid or gel restrictions and be limited to 3.4 ounces. Always check the customs and airport rules at your destination. And if you're unsure, buy your snack at the airport after security or wait until you land. Rule 8. New CT scanners are changing how you pack. The rollout of advanced CT scanners is changing the airport screening process. In some airports, you no longer have to remove electronics or liquids from your bag. It's a game changer. Less time at security, less juggling of bins, and fewer delays. But the rollout is not global. Some airports have the scanners. Others are still using the old systems. That means you still need to pack with flexibility in mind. Keep your laptop and toiletries in an accessible spot. So, if you do need to pull them out, it's quick. Always check what kind of security screening your departure airport uses, so you know what to expect when you arrive. Rule 9. New banned items you wouldn't expect. Most travelers know knives and large scissors are a no-go. But in 2025, some surprising items are showing up on the banned list. Souvenir snow globes, CO2 cartridges, high-powered vape batteries, metal cutlery, even strong magnets. Some of these items can interfere with aircraft systems. Others are fire hazards. And some, like snow globes, just contain too much liquid. If you're carrying anything unusual, check the TSA banned item list or your airline's policy before flying. Just because something seems harmless doesn't mean it's allowed. Rule 10. Cabin bag fees are now everywhere. In 2025, you might be paying for carry-on space even on major airlines. Low-cost carriers like Spirit and Ryanair have charged for years, but now even traditional airlines are getting in on the action. Some economy fares no longer include a full-size carry-on, and priority boarding, once free, is now a paid upgrade. If your ticket does not include overhead bin space, you might be forced to check your bag at the gate. And yes, that can come with a fee. Before booking your flight, review the fare class details carefully. That rock-bottom ticket price might not include the bag you were planning to bring. Sometimes upgrading to the next fare class can save you money and frustration later. Final thoughts. Flying in 2025 looks a little different, but staying informed means staying ahead. Smaller bags, tighter security, new tech, more fees, but also more options for faster boarding, streamlined checks, and smarter packing. Review your airline's carry-on policy. Know your airport screening rules and stay up to date before every trip. Have you already run into one of these new rules? Share your story in the comments. And if you want more real-time travel updates, packing tips, and airport hacks that actually work, be sure to subscribe so your next flight is as smooth as possible. Safe travels.